welcome to my show, Minding Your Mind. My name is Kate Ferreira, an enthusiast of matters brain and the human body. This is the first episode of this show, and I hope that we will learn together, grow together, and be inspired. The full episode of this show is available on YouTube, so go there, watch, like, subscribe, and if you know someone who might benefit from all the powerful things we'll be sharing here, please invite them to watch. And don't forget to follow me on my social media accounts at Kate Ferreira. And today we will be talking about the general outlook of two levels of the mind, the conscious and the subconscious, and how the brain processes them. And I know someone might ask, hey, what is the difference between the brain and the mind? The brain is the physical structure, the central organ of the human nervous system. It coordinates movements, feelings, and different functions of the human body, whereas the mind refers to a person's conscious understanding and thought process. It manifests itself in the mental phenomena such as perception, thinking, sensation, reasoning, and etc. With that understanding, let's now dive in the first level of the mind, which is conscious. So the conscious mind accounts for only 10% of the brain functioning. Many people refer to the conscious mind as the master of the mind because it is through it that we are able to understand and associate with people. It is responsible for communicating with the outside world, and it consists of all the mental processes of which you are aware of. For example, if you feel hungry, you decide to eat. If you feel cold, you put something warm. You are aware that you are hungry. You are aware that you are feeling cold. So the conscious mind also takes control of all logical and intellectual thought processes. The conscious mind can be described as whatever you are currently aware of, what you are feeling right now, what you are doing, seeing, touching, experiencing. You are conscious of it, you are aware of it. Through the conscious, we collect data that is sent to the subconscious, and it is translated to thoughts, emotions, perceptions, choices, habits, imagination, intuition, and memories. For example, for the people who watch a lot of pornography, you will likely find that their thoughts are aligned in that area. And the people who hang out with wealthy people, you will find that they imagine themselves being very wealthy, very rich, living posh life. And sadly, for those who hang around with fools, I am sorry, but there are fools in the making. This means that we can use our conscious mind to reprogram our subconscious mind. That brings me to the second level, which is the subconscious. The subconscious mind accounts for 50 to 60% of the brain functioning. The other 30 to 40, we shall not discuss about it today. We shall talk about it later in the show as we progress. We can call the subconscious the storehouse of the brain because it keeps track of every data collected by the conscious. What you see, what you hear, what you feel, what you taste, all that is sent to the subconscious, and it is stored there as a memory. So the subconscious contains all the wisdom, knowledge, experience you have ever gained. it is a gateway to the higher mind. The subconscious recalls, identifies, and makes sense of what the conscious mind collects, and it is programmed based on this data. For example, when your conscious mind sees a car, it is the work of the subconscious mind to translate that car as a means of transport. Your conscious mind is limited. It can only see what it sees, but it cannot translate. It is only the subconscious mind that can be able to, hey, this is an object. This object is a car, and it is used for transport. If you see a lion, your conscious mind will say an animal, but your subconscious mind will identify this animal either as a hostile animal or a friendly animal. And based on the knowledge that you have gathered and the experience concerning the object that you see, your subconscious mind will inform the conscious mind on how to respond or how to react. And that's where we find the flight or fight mode. The subconscious mind is responsible for forming these attitudes, habits, perceptions, choices, thoughts, fears, memory, and the subconscious mind is also illogical because it does not know how to differentiate between what is real and an imagination. And this is a good thing, and at the same time, it's a very bad thing, because if we can harness this power of the subconscious mind not being able to differentiate between reality and imagination, we can predict our future by simply creating it. And that's why you get this phrase, fake it until you make it, because the subconscious does not know whether you're faking it. So the more you practice something, the more you become it. For example, you don't need to be a husband to start acting like one. You can start now by gathering knowledge and acting like you are already a husband. Your subconscious does not know whether you are a husband or not. You don't need to be a CEO to start acting like one. Dress like a CEO, talk like a CEO, hang around with CEOs, and your mind cannot differentiate. It cannot tell whether you are a CEO or not. And the more you practice and practice, you are creating it, and it is becoming ingrained in your mind. And the more you create it, the more it becomes. Your subconscious just requires you to set an intention, and it will follow. And this intention will inform, the environment you hang around, the kind of friends you keep, the opportunities you take, and the ones you let go, because it is not every opportunity that you come across that you should take. Some opportunities derive you from your intention or your purpose or your vision, however you want to name it. And the downside of this is vice versa. If you believe something that you are not, you have the ability to become it. Then if you believe that you are worth nothing, then you will be worth nothing. If you believe that you are not enough, then eventually, if you live this truth that you are creating in yourself, I am not worthy, I am not enough, I am not beautiful, I am not intelligent, eventually that is what you shall be. And that's the downside of the subconscious, because whatever you think of yourself, you become. Once the subconscious learns a habit, it is resistant to change. Your subconscious mind causes you to feel emotionally and physically uncomfortable whenever you attempt to do